Good morning, everybody. Give everybody time to get in here. Let me find my chat. Oh my goodness, what a day yesterday was. It exhausted me. All this Fotis Dulos mess going on. YouTube probably didn't notify anybody. I see one person. Let's see, let me catch my chat up. My phone's not cooperating. There we go. Hey, Lisa, I can always count on you, girl. I hate sitting here talking to myself when nobody comes in. Where's everybody at this morning? Morgan, good morning, sweetie. Shine on. Good to see you, girl. Jermaine, there's my lover boy. Jermaine's a good dude. He really is. Ginger Locks, how are you? You out of the hospital, girl? What y'all think about that mess with Fotis Dulos yesterday? First, before we talk about that, I just want to say I am sorry that I had to take my live stream down that I did yesterday about Fotis being dead. But the news reporters were saying that they had police sources telling them that he had committed suicide and passed away. Crap, I was watching a news reporter. She was talking about it. And all of a sudden she says, oh, we're getting news that he had a pulse. I got a cough. Debbie, Southern Mom. I said Ginger Locks. I saw your comment below there. Looking forward to what you have to say today. Oh my goodness. I've got a lot to say about Fotis. It exhausted me yesterday. You're still in the hospital, Ginger Locks? Girl, prayers for you. Well, I felt kind of stupid about it, Morgan, because, I come on here and I was like, y'all, Fotis is dead, and then it comes out that he had a pulse, but I didn't feel so bad once I saw that news reporter correcting herself. I guess that's why I should wait a little bit before I come on, say stuff like that to make sure that it's accurate. When I heard he was brain dead, I was shocked. Well, they transferred Fotis to the Bronx, and he's in one of those hyperbaric chambers. My little brother's dad had to be in one of those because he was a real bad diabetic, and like his toes and stuff were turning black. And you know how people with diabetes will sometimes get what we call around here sugar sores, and they won't heal up. Anyways, that hyperbarics chamber didn't help because he had both of his legs removed later on. Ginger Locks, I saw your name when I was saying hi to everybody. You commented right after that. Automatically said hi again. Girl, I hope you get out of the hospital soon. Everybody, please remember Ginger Locks in y'all's prayers. She's going through a lot. She's been in the hospital, still in the hospital. It's been a hell of a month, hasn't it, Ginger Locks? January has been the worst month, y'all. For me and other people as well. I cannot wait till this month's over with. Well, thank you, Shine On. Well, they were saying police sources confirming Fotis Dulos committed suicide. I wonder if he left some kind of note, maybe a confession note. If he did, he is screwed. Surely he wasn't that dumb. Because there's always a chance that when you commit suicide, you might not die or try to commit suicide. My hubby's grandmother, Granny Wilma, had a husband that shot himself in the face and didn't die. There's been several people do that. You may be leaving today, Ginger Locks. Oh, that's great. Debbie, I would try to explain to you what's going on with Ginger Locke's mom, but I would probably get it wrong. I can't remember exactly what she called that. If you want to type it in, Ginger Locks, tell Debbie what's going on with you. I hope he's that stupid. I mean, yeah, me too. I really thought he was dead, y'all. I saw him laying on the pavement. They were doing CPR. I mean, he just looked dead. I believe they thought he was dead. Look, when the ambulance left that residence, they didn't even have their lights on. Maybe they thought that he was dead and on the way to the hospital found a pulse. That's what I'm thinking may have happened. Here, Debbie, Ginger Locks tapped out gastroparesis or something. I can't pronounce words. So Fotis was supposed to be in court yesterday. The company that he used to bond out with is not wanting to go his bond anymore. They didn't know that some of the property, I think 2 pieces of property that Fotis put up to them so he could bond out, is in foreclosure. He didn't tell the bond man that. What's it called? Palmito, something like that. Palmito Surety Company. You know, I said yesterday, I thought Fotis was too arrogant to take his own life. But I'm going to tell you what I heard a professional say this morning. Let me light my cigarette. So there's a professional on the news this morning, and she was saying that people that are basically control freaks, when they get mixed up in the court of law and stuff, they're such control freaks. They know they're going down, going to prison. So they try to control the situation. He tried to control the situation by taking his own life. Basically, that's what she said. She worded it a little bit different. I don't want anyone to commit suicide, although I do despise Fotis Dulos. But I just think about his children. They've already been through so much, still going through it. They don't know where their mom's at. Their dad's accused of her murder, and now this. Now he's attempted suicide. Hey, Queen. Glad you made it, girl. Where in the hell have you been? I've not seen you in months. It's none of my business where you been, I don't guess. But yeah, I was going to say, I was looking this morning to see if they were saying anything else about it. I'm hoping and praying that he left some kind of note. Maybe confessing to the murder. If he did, all of them are screwed. I was super sick. I had a hernia surgery. Oh my goodness, Queen. I hate to hear that. My brother had to have that done. Yeah, Shine On. That's basically what that lady said on the news. They got to have the last word. They got to control the situation. He knows he's screwed. He probably knew if they revoked his bond, if he went to jail, he would never get out again. He probably knew that. Because old Norm Pattis, his big attorney, is pushing for a speedy trial, which I'm all for it. I want him in court. I want him tried for this. But, okay, the court proceedings are still going to go on. With or without Fotis, they said this morning. Okay, here's an article from 2 hours ago. I think this is the one I already looked at. Fotis arrived at Jacoby Hospital in New York by Life Star helicopter. just after 4 p.m. on Tuesday to be treated by hyperbaric chamber. I think I'm saying that right, Jacoby. I may not be. Police would only say he's in critical condition. Dulos' attorney, dumbass Norm Pattis, is addressing the media outside of Jacoby Medical Center in New York. Stream it live here. Something. Oh, they're talking about they're streaming it. Okay. Officers and paramedics were behind Fotis's Farmington house just before noon on Tuesday. They were called to the house for a well-being check because Fotis was late for a bond hearing. So when officers arrived, Fotis was sitting in his car inside the garage with obvious signs of medical distress. Officers forced entry and performed life-saving measures. You know, I used to work at a video store, and my boss got in trouble for selling pills, and he had already done like 18 years in prison, like years before, and he actually took his own life the same way Fotis tried to, by carbon monoxide poisoning, and he did leave a note. My other boss, his girlfriend, found him on Thanksgiving. It's been several years ago. I was it's been 13 years ago because I was pregnant with my son. Okay, it says Farmington police said that Fotis attempted suicide by carbon monoxide poisoning. It's a drone 3 captured a bird's eye view of paramedics giving him CPR outside the garage for at least 10 minutes. Yeah, I watched that. I mean, they was really working on him, and he just seemed lifeless to me. So someone commented to me yesterday that it's normal. What was that comment? It was normal for them to put them in a hyperbarics chamber for carbon monoxide poisoning. Let me see if I can go to my comment. This lady seemed to know what she's talking about. I think it's the one that Fotis on life support. Okay. No, not hyperbarics chamber. She's saying being placed on a ventilator is a normal precaution with carbon monoxide poisoning or medical-induced coma. Okay, and then she went on to comment again, because I said, thanks, I didn't know that. She said, my daughter-in-law said it's horrible, painful process to recover from. Wow. Well, I was thinking that he could have suffered some kind of brain damage or something. Because, like, if you stop breathing and stuff for so long, doesn't it do, like, brain damage? I'm not sure. I'm not a medical professional. Hey, Alex. Listening while momming. I hope everyone's doing well. I love you, Cece. We love you too, girl. Take it easy. Alex is so big. She looks like she's ready to have that baby right now. She's so cute. She sent me a picture the other day. You can see the baby's arm print or leg print, one. Curious to know what she's going to have. Okay. Okay, it says he was due in court at noon, and they were supposed to address Dulos' $6 million bond. It was reported the company backing the bond had concerns over the I can never say that, collateral that was put up. If the bond package fell apart, it was likely Fotis would have been going back to prison. Well, it would have been going to jail. I think people confuse prison and jail sometimes. Jail's totally different than prison, my opinion. A member of Dulos' defense team spoke outside the Stanford court shortly after Dulos was taken to the hospital. Let's see what he said. Let me see if I can turn the volume.
At Ameriprise, our financial advisors can not only
10 minutes, and then we saw another woman here on the property. I mean, can you give any indication? I believe it was the same woman. Can you give us any indication who she might have been?
I can't right now. It is too early in the investigation. Again, we expect to have some updates later this evening.
She is with detectives.
You said car monoxide was in the garage or in the...
Okay, so who is this? Who is this woman that was seen at Fotis Dulos's house? I thought that was going to play something different. Sorry, y'all. There was some woman seen on the property. It was probably Ever who went to check on him because he didn't show up for court. But they're saying she did talk to investigators. He may have a pulse, but he's more than likely brain dead. Well, I was talking with my hubby, and I was like, what is going to happen with his co-conspirators if he dies? And he don't know about the law, but he said in his opinion, they'll probably still proceed with their cases and the evidence they got against them. I don't know what to think at this point. Part of me believes that maybe he's brain dead, but part of me believes that he will recover. I just wanted to see him go to trial and answer for what he did to Jennifer. I've been praying, y'all. I mean, seriously praying that Kent Malwini or Michelle Troconis will turn on him and tell the truth. I really believe they know where Jennifer's body's at. I believe they all sat around and talked about killing her. They knew what Fotis was going to do that morning. That's why Michelle Troconis made sure she had 3 damn alibis. Now it's coming out, some little robot in the store that she stopped at is going to be her alibi. I guess she took a picture with that robot on May 24th that morning. I got to grab some lotion here. My hands are dry. I agree. He's probably brain dead. Yeah. Can you imagine Gloria Farber and them? They probably have to set the children down and talk to them about this. Can you imagine having to tell somebody's kid, your grandkid that? Grandkids. Say kids. There's 5 of them. Hey, your dad just tried to commit suicide. Oh, your dad's charged with murdering your mom. Can you imagine having to sit down and tell little children that? Hey, Blondie, Beth. Hey, girl. Hey, Katie, Red Rum. Ginger Locks, you may need to smoke you a little bit so your stomach will settle down. Smoke you a joint. Hey, Kim Smith, how are you? And all this stuff is all over social media, all over the news. I just hate it for her family and her kids. They see that stuff. I mean, my son's always online and stuff. I'm sure those kids are too, especially the older ones. I know at one point they did say they were trying to keep them off social media and stuff. YouTube. Yeah, it would be nice if he went to jail for it, shine on. That's what I wanted to see happen. I want to see one of the damn co-conspirators tell the truth, flip on him. I am shocked that Michelle Troconis didn't flip on him and save her own ass. But I was thinking to myself yesterday, if he dies, no, he won't have to answer in a court of law if he dies, but he will have to stand before God and answer for what he did to Jennifer. Oh, did you, Kim? I wasn't watching the chat real closely. I just typed in there one time, I think. Maybe, no, I may have done it about 3 times. I said hello to Mel Mel. I'm sorry if I didn't see you. I am really bad to type into the chat and set my device down and walk away and just listen. Black Dahlia. Hey, girl. Seen you in a while. Yeah, so if I ever don't say hi to you and you see me in the chat, just know I have typed in the chat and walked away from my phone or Chromebook. That was some crazy crap going on there last night. I heard me mention, but I don't care. It wasn't serious. I'm ready for all that shit to be over myself. I really thought they would have flipped by now too, Lisa. Kent Malwini has to be thinking about it. I mean, he's a damn lawyer. He knows how this goes. If he was smart, he would. I believe Fotis and him were planning to kill both their wives, just not Jennifer. Fotis tried awful damn hard to get Mrs. Malwini out to his house. He even offered up his house as a sex pad so her and her estranged husband could make up. How weird is that? Fotis didn't even know this woman, and he's calling her, trying to get her to do this and that. And he didn't like it when she refused to talk with him without her attorney. Like, she met him out at Mac's Oyster Bar, but she took a friend with her. And as soon as she said she didn't want to talk without her attorney, Fotis just got up from the table, paid the bill, and left. Because it pissed him off. Fotis Dulos, he doesn't like it when people doesn't do what he wants. Because he's a control freak. Leanne, hey girl. How are you? Like, I figured Michelle Turconis would do like Crystal Kenny did. Didn't take her long to tell what happened, to flip on Patrick. I heard she got 3 years yesterday, the max. Faithful one, hey girl. Yeah, I got 3 years. And I heard Patrick Frazie's going to appeal his conviction. I think I'm getting sick again. My cough was almost gone. Now it's coming back. Oh, my goodness. 3 years, that's a joke. I know, she got away with murder, y'all. Crystal Kenny got away with murder. She had all kinds of opportunities to save Kelsey's life. She didn't because she was jealous of Kelsey and she wanted Patrick over to herself. This sounds terrible, but praying he makes it through this and is capable of understanding what is going on, but cannot control any of his bodily functions. He can be stuck in literal hell, in my opinion. Yeah. I am hoping that he left a damn note. If he left a note, I'm going to be so happy because maybe he told where Jennifer's body's at. Maybe it was a confession. She didn't get enough time. No. They gave her a sweet-ass deal because I believe they wouldn't have had much of a case against him if it hadn't been for her. I think that's what I heard. They needed her. If they've not made a deal with Kent or Michelle yet, maybe they don't need them. Who knows yet? No, he's not dead, Black Dahlia. Fotis is not dead. They took him to the Bronx and put him in a hyperbarics chamber. At carbon monoxide poisoning. Yeah. So probably, like I said before, he did this because he knew his bond was going to be revoked. And if he knew if it was revoked and went to jail, he'd probably never see the light of day again. You know what I mean? Because he wouldn't have been able to bond out again. He would have went to trial. He knew he was going to be convicted. Oh, that's all right, Lisa. Lisa accidentally hit a button. It's all right. Accidents happen. Oh, Leanne, I didn't see your comment. I'm sorry. I just came in. What's the update on photos? They took him to the Bronx and put him in that hyperbarics chamber. Said he was on life support. Yeah, it is true, Beth. You know, his company, Four Group, developed houses, and they had this property with a big house on it. They were trying to sell, but Fotis didn't even have the money to keep the utilities on that property. Your message was deleted. Well, I don't know how that could have happened unless I accidentally did it. I'm sorry. Another mod can't delete you, so I had to have done it, Leanne. I'm sorry. I didn't see myself do it, though. Have done it, Leanne. I'm sorry. My media's up. Sorry. LaDonna. Hey, girl. Miss All Jones. My grandparents lived a few blocks away from Jacoby. Albert Einstein Hospital is next to Jacoby, but it's a teaching hospital. My parents are both physicians there. Oh, wow. That's cool. Oh, that's why, Leanne, because I think that word I have in the block list. 420. Good morning. It's always 420 time here. Yeah, he's a coward. Yeah, certain words, Leanne, like if you type in the chat, I do have some words blocked because of perverts. Mac and cheese, hey. Let's see what LaDonna said. Hi, Cece. Maybe I'm weird, but when I was single, I met a sexy man. If he was involved in a relationship, I moved on. No one is worth my personal freedom. Exactly. Everybody grab some Lysol, kill coronavirus. Lord, girl, you, Miss Aw Jones, you sound like my hubby. He's really concerned about that. But I've got some Lysol wipes. I've got some bleach spray. I always like to use those wipes on like my doorknobs, my refrigerator handle, things like that. Toilet, of course. I think he is half dead. He is on life support, Mac and Cheese, and they took him to the Bronx and put him in a hyperbarics chamber for the poison monoxide poisoning. No, bad. There's really not no update. I mean, he's still alive, life support. Took him to another hospital in the Bronx. Yeah, I've got that hand sanitizer too, 420. I use that all the time. Anyone ever see Princess Bride, Miracle Max, Mostly Dead? No, I've never seen that. Coronavirus coming from China. Yeah, I've been hearing about it on the news and my hubby talking about it. Miss Jones, I had the flu too, girl. I thought I was going to die. But I'm a big crybaby when I'm sick. It took me forever to get over it. I thought I heard about the virus, that it was something about a snake ate a bat. And then I guess that someone killed the snake and sold it as food or something. I don't know if that's true or not. Don't use too much Perel. It becomes obsolete. I have to watch about that hand sanitizer. It actually burns and like chafes my hands. I wash my hands a million times a day. My mom prescribed me Tamiflu. That's what I took too. But that Tamiflu made me sick. I only took a couple pills. I'm concerned about buying anything made in China these days. Yeah. I can't believe this virus is in Toronto. Why would they let flights in from China? I know. Scary. They say it's a biological weapon China dropped on its own people as a test. Or it started by eating bat soup. I knew it was something to do with a bat. And I thought it was bat soup. I could be definitely wrong. Don't remember where I saw it. Hey, Red Ruby. How are you doing? Scares me to death, that virus. I can't remember how many people said had it in China. Like 100,000? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was 1,000. But I thought it said 100,000. China is shady as hell. Yes, they are. Do you use lotion on your hands? Yes, I do. I do. Do you know, like the hand sanitizer they have at the hospital? You can just go up and push it in the hospital rooms. That stuff really burns my hands up. Cannot use that. Chronic pain stinks. Bat soup doesn't sound very tasty. Oh, hell no, it don't, girl. I think I'm subscribed to your channel. I think someone the other day was talking about you in our chat and said, go to her channel. She's got a good channel. Let me make sure I'm subscribed. Yeah, I am subscribed. I knew I was. They're building complete hospitals in a week in China. Oh my goodness, really? I can't believe someone would actually eat a bat. I mean, we eat some strange things here in the country. But a bat? Have y'all ever ate snake meat? I tried it once when I was a little bitty girl. Could not do it now, though. Yeah, that's what I'd like to know, Red Ruby. How in the world did they build a hospital so fast? Or it took them years to build ours. I use a couple drops of argan oil on my hands when super dried out. Because they are scared shitless. Oh, yeah, that's probably why they're building hospitals quick. I've been sick and lost a lot of content, so I'm starting over. Well, I'll be watching you, girl. There's been so many people sick lately. Kim's ate snake meat. Kim Smith. My dad fried it up when I was a kid. Yeah, I've ate squirrel meat too when I was a kid. Tastes like chicken. Yeah, it sure does. Bat soup isn't on the top of my list to try. Mine either. Meow meow. Joshy still isn't in bed? My gosh, she was putting him to bed an hour ago or more when I talked to you. Hey, we only have one life. On the way to doctor to see what's next. Prayers, please. Yeah, I'll remember we only have one life. Your thoughts and prayers. She had a horrible, horrible accident. It's had surgery after surgery. It's still going to have more surgeries. Y'all go over and check her channel out. Show her some love. She did have a video up when her accident first happened. Oh, Lord, it was hard for me to watch it. Bless her heart. China laborers work for pennies per hour, but their buildings fall apart in a decade. It seems like over there in China that they were doing something about people of the Muslim faith. Basically, that they didn't like it, that people were Muslim. I did hear that on the news one day. I don't watch much of the news, y'all. I love sushi. I've never tried sushi. Oh, you had to take that video down because of your lawyer. Well, that sucks. But I understand that. I ate squirrel meat, but don't remember I was 2 years old at my grandparents' in Bristol, Virginia. Oh, not far from me. Oh, Cece, one day I will take you. I've been dying to try sushi. Now, there is a place around here that has sushi. I've just not tried it yet. I think it's called Yamato's. And then, of course, down in Kingsport, they have all kinds of restaurants and stuff that sell it. I'm dying to try it. My son's wanting to try it too. I'll go watch you eat it. I just can't. Miss Jones loves it. To be honest with y'all, I wish I could quit eating meat. Because I'm just such a big animal lover and stuff. And I know how they treat, like the cows and the chickens and all that in the slaughterhouse and stuff. So I would really like to quit. Become a vegetarian, I guess. I would rather just eat fish, seafood. Morgan doesn't eat seafood, but they usually have good chicken. Yeah. And that makes me feel bad. Like, I love chicken. And then I have these pet chickens, so it makes me feel bad. That daggone goose and duck was back outside early this morning eating some chicken scratch. They came yesterday evening as well. They must not be feeding those birds, or those birds wouldn't wander up here. They've never been up here, and they've been down there a year. I told my hubby yesterday, I said, that man's really starting to piss me off. I said, and I'm going to have a little talk with him. I'm not going to send you to do it because you're too damn nice. I would tell him like it is. This ain't the first damn time I've had to care for one of your animals and help it out. I used to have to take care of his dog. Thank God Knox found a good home. He's one of those big Weimaraner, Mainers, whatever you call it. They liked him for a little bit, but, they just couldn't handle him because he had a lot of energy, but they weren't home to fool with him. So he would come up here. They went on vacation, just left that dog outside. Had somebody coming and feeding him. He said, hell no, I'm going up the road, CC's. And he came up here while they were in Las Vegas. I remember it came a thunderstorm. He came in the house and him and I laid on the couch. But he's got a good home now. His new owner takes him everywhere. He comes and visits me, and he is quite popular around town. Oh, thank you. Chronic pain stinks. I can be a little mean sometimes when people piss me off. You can't feed them, CC. They'll just come back. Oh, I know. I don't know what to do. Like, they have this big, nice house down there, a big pond, and they can't buy a $10 sack of feed for them. Crap, I'll go buy him some duck feed. Yes, faithful. When he got a better home, and that is the sweetest dog. He wanted me to be his owner, and I just couldn't do it with my 4 dogs and him being so big and stuff. I just couldn't do it. He just came and seen me a couple weeks ago. Thank God his new owner actually owns the mobile home across from me. He rents it out to someone. So when he comes up to do maintenance and stuff, he brings the dog and brings him over. I use CBD oil on my hands. It's a miracle oil. Hey, CBD stuff's good. My mom gave me some of the CBD. It's like a pain stick, like you can rub on you, and it really worked. We only have one life. My husband has known this guy for a long time. This guy's a deacon in the church, and he said that he had a pattern of getting dogs. He shows interest in them for just a little bit, then he just abandons them. And I know it's true. He did Knox that way, and now it's the goose and the duck. My husband said he used to breed Great Danes. I said, yeah, he probably just used to do that for money because they're, worth a lot of money. But he said he quickly lost interest in it. I said, he needs to go to church and pray a little bit. I don't like the way he treats animals. It's hard to resist, sweet puppy, but I remember my vet cost for my 2 fur babies. I know. I paid $200 and some dollars. I think it was like $220, something like that, to get Skylar spayed. Yeah. I didn't really like that vet. She didn't seem like an animal lover to me. She's kind of hateful. She's like, your dog's overweight. And just like real hateful, like. And at that time, Skylar may have been 5 pounds overweight. I know it's not good for her to be so heavy, but what are you going to do when you got a beagle? They're food obsessed. This dog will cry, cry, cry till you do what she wants. Everybody knows that. It's been on my channel forever. The dog gets what she wants, or she won't shut up. Get down on his knees for every day he mistreated animal. Yeah. I cannot stand someone who gets animals and then quickly loses interest and stops taking care of them or gives them away. I can't stand that. My hubby said to me, you need to give Annabelle to my aunt who has goats because she needs to be with other goats. They are herd animals. I said, hell no, I'm not giving her away. No, I'm not ready to part with her. I can't part with her. We got a bond. She would probably like being around other goats, but I'm going to get her some companions. I'm going to get her some ducks. As soon as she saw that duck and goose this morning, she was trying to get over the fence because she used to live with a duck named Quackers. We have a neighbor that had 3 older cows, and they never groomed them. They left them out when they went on vacation. I had to call animal control. All they did was warn her. Well, I reported somebody, me and my hubby, for a dog. My husband does like landscaping, mowing, and stuff. He works for this company. And they went to this person's house, and there was a dog locked on the back porch. It was one of those Shih Tzus. It was matted. It was starved to death. My husband went to the cooler, got it some water out. But we reported them, and they took that dog. That dog got groomed, went to the vet, went to a good home, and it lived the next 3 or 4 months a good life until she passed away. I have never reported anybody for anything in my life until then. But this woman that owns a Shih Tzu rescue got the dog. The dog wardens, they really wasn't going to do anything till we got that woman from the rescue involved. Pet fresh dog food is great. Oh, my dogs love that. Actually, where I have 4 dogs, I can't afford just to feed them fresh pet. But what I do with the fresh pet, instead of buying treats that are no good for them, I just take little slices off the fresh pet and give them as treats. They love it. Now, if I only had 1 dog or a couple just small dogs, I would just strictly feed them fresh pet. Oh, you spelled it right, Debbie. My mom named her Annabelle, I'm pretty sure. See, when my mom bought her, she bought her at a flea market. They told her that Annabelle was pregnant. So my mom's like, oh, well, that's cool. Then we'll have 2 goats because goats need companionship. But it turns out she was not pregnant. Annabelle was only, I think she's about 3 years old. Then when my mom moved, she went to my mom's boyfriend's. My mom never goes over to his house. She don't get along with his daughters. But anyways, they weren't feeding Annabelle. Wayne got sick. He's got cancer. And his daughter was saying that she was going down there and feeding Annabelle, and she was not. That goat was starved to death. And I told her ass off about that in a message. She asked my mom for an update on Annabelle. I said, here's your update, bitch. I sure did. I don't care. It really pissed me off. She would be telling my mom on the phone, oh, I just took Annabelle some lettuce or this or that. And it was not true, or that goat wouldn't have been skinny like that. Her hip bones were showing. Her ribs were showing. I had to report one time the people behind me kept their dogs caged. Well, one got out and came in my yard. It was complete bones. I felt sick to my stomach. We brought a dog home from the gas station, a big hound. One time it was starved to death. It went to a hound rescue. I couldn't keep it. It was one of those black and tan coon dogs. My mother cooks her dog's food one time. I was visiting, thought she was making my dinner. I was a little jealous. My hubby always says I treat my animals better than him. I have a Chiweenie. She is my everything. She turned 7 this month. I got to get her on a better diet. I can't imagine my life without her. Well, I feed my dogs grain-free food. I feed them a food from Tractor Supply. I believe you can only get it at Tractor Supply. But it's called 4 Health. The number 4 and health. And it's grain-free. My dogs love it. The only thing I don't like about it is like with the canned dog food, it's got a lot of fat in it. It's a tad bit expensive, but not too bad. Oh, Debbie, she's sitting on her big fat ass in there eating, and that goat out in a shed, locked up, starving. That's why I got so pissed off. She was so lazy, she wouldn't go let that goat out of her shed and let her graze. I told her not to be asking me for no effing updates about Annabelle ever again. I said, you was in there stuffing your damn face, and that goat was outside starving to death. Couldn't even get to no grass. She's dumber than hell. Dumber than a box of rocks. Yeah, I need less fat. I got her off human food. Oh my gosh, that's the worst mistake in the world, to give dogs human food. My dog aggravates me to death every time I eat, every time I go in the kitchen. Skylar is the worst at it. The other dogs are not that bad. But beagles, hound dogs, oh my gosh, it's all they think about is getting something to eat. I get so upset when an animal is mistreated. I inquired about a black lab that our owner said wasn't good with his 2-year-old. I sent my daughter to get him. He was, oh my gosh, he was starving. Do you still have the dog? I'm happy Annabelle's here too, faithful one. I just love her. I'm going to be camping out with her this summer. I really am. I'm going to spend a lot more time with her. We're trying to decide if we want to get some guineas or some ducks to go with her. Of course, they'll all have to be put up in the shed at night. I'm not sure I want a goose. They're quite loud. They can be quite mean. So, I mean, I would take that goose and duck if he would give them to me. I don't exactly want a goose, you know what I'm saying? But I'd take it anyways. Our little Pom is a beggar. I used to have a Pomeranian, a black one. I tell you what, though, you're feisty and I like it. Yes, I tell my husband to feed the dogs. Yeah. Mary, hey, girl. Seen you in a couple days. Where you been? Don't feed the dogs table scraps. Yeah. Don't even give them a bite. Like, if you get a new puppy, don't even give them one single bite from your plate. because it ruins them. Then you can't sit down as they get older and even have a meal without the dog sitting there begging. And my beagle, she just don't beg. She cries, whines for everything. And she's so smart that she knows if she keeps whining, I'll give her what she wants. Beagles are notorious for that. I mean, it gets really annoying when you're sitting down and you're trying to have dinner and you got a dog staring you down, crying every breath, and she won't shut up unless you give her a bite. My hubby always says, well, you made her that way. Well, I know I made her that way, but it's still a little annoying. This dog runs this house. We go by her rules. Yeah, it makes it hard, doesn't it, Red Ruby? It makes it hard on you when dogs do that. My vet said meat fat will trigger a dog's liver or other organs to get inflamed. Oh, really? I was around but had a lot of errands to run. Well, it's good to see you, Mary. I've got to take my other dog to the vet next week. The little schnauzer. Mark has had him for about 8 or 9 years. And he just keeps coughing, guys. At first, we thought it was because he's constantly grooming himself and he was getting hair in his throat. But then I noticed he started drinking tons and tons of water, which then makes him have to go out 100 times a day. But he just coughs and hacks. So I don't know what's going on with him. So he is going to the vet. Raw chicken is supposed to be good for dogs. I tell you what is good for dogs is fresh eggs or eggs. Makes their coat shiny. It's got protein. My dogs love eating scrambled eggs. When I fix them eggs, though, I don't put any butter or salt or pepper. Just a little milk, beat them up, scramble them up. Give him Benadryl. Really, will that work? See, I was reading that schnauzers are bad to do that. Something about their throat. I had to take mine to the vet for coughing. They said he had a tracheal infection and gave him antibiotics. See, I'm thinking that's what's going on with Smokey. Can you give them raw eggs too? I didn't know that, Red Ruby. That dog I was talking about earlier, Knox, his owner has chickens. And he eats fresh eggs every morning, that dog does. He's actually gained quite a bit of weight, I noticed. But his coat is so shiny. I was doing that. My stupid friend gave my dog food from her plate when she was over for dinner. Once, even though I kept saying I didn't want that, I was angry. Yeah, I don't like it when people do stuff to my animals and I ask them not to. Mark had a friend that came here once, and Smokey's kind of aggressive, the schnauzer, towards people he don't know. But Smokey was just barking. He's like, if that dog bites me, I'm going to kick him. I said, no, the F you're not. You can get the F out right now. If he'd hit my dog, I'd have knocked him for one. You don't come in somebody's house and act like that. It's the way he said it. I will try that raw egg. I've seen people put eggs in their hair, like as a treatment. I've seen people do mayonnaise too. Medicine helped. He is a 10-year-old Maltese. Oh, I love Malteses. They are so beautiful. I've always wanted one. Terriers are good dogs, Lisa. I like that little dog from The Wizard of Oz. I can't remember what kind of terrier he is. But that dog, or that breed of dog, helped inspire the character Chewbacca. I do know that. Yes, I give mine one Benadryl tap when she starts coughing, and it helps. My vet told me to do this, My baby has allergies bad, so sometimes they get something outside they're allergic to. Yeah, my neighbor's dog has bad allergies, and they give him Benadryl. Now, Skylar, she is allergic to fleas. I mean, it just messes her skin up if she gets one flea on her. So I have to make sure to get her flea pills and all that. If she gets fleas on her hair, she sheds anyways because she's a beagle, but her hair sheds like 10 times worse. Morgan, I probably can't pronounce that. Crown Terrier. I was always wondering what kind of dog that was. I loved The Wizard of Oz. That's like one of my favorite movies. Speaking of the devil, we was talking about Crybaby earlier. Skylar, I hear her up crying. I don't know what she wants. Sometimes I think she just cries to hear herself cry. I will let you out there, but you can't be out there barking. Let me make sure Annabelle's not out the fence. Let me look out the window here. Yep, she sure is, guys. She sure is. I knew my dog was crying for some reason. So I'm going to have to end this chat. Annabelle's walking up my driveway right now. So that means she's been down the road. So I'm sorry to have to end it real quickly. But you know how it is. I got to go get my goat. Schnauzers are divas. Yeah, Smokey, he was really hateful when I first met him. He was 3 years old. But now he is the sweetest dog. His attitude changed so much. Anyways, I will see y'all later. Let me go catch this goat. Love y'all. Peace.